Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the JavaScript CRUD series. This is Gopi. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to add a new record to the Muck API web. So far, we discussed how to bring the data, how to populate that up in the screen, and then we implemented delete button functionality. Now, we are going to discuss about this add button functionality. Let's do that. Before getting started, I would highly appreciate you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't subscribe it yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that I get more motivation to record more video like this. If you need any specific thing or any specific topic, you can let me know through the comment box so that would be plan and will release the video as soon as possible. Let's get started for the implementation of add button. So here you can see that I have edit button. Where is the add button? I should go to the JavaScript side. Here you can see I have an add button here which doesn't have any ID. What I'm doing is I can do a couple of more ways to do this. I'm just simply go ahead and add a on click event here. Okay, I'm just going to create an on click event and that will eventually invoke a function in the JavaScript side. So let me click and then let me invoke a function like add btn click handler. This function will invoke when the specific click event occurred. Let me copy this same, go to JavaScript side, the last before get there, let me constant, that's it. So now let me have this button. Now what I have to do is once this button is clicked, I need to get some data from user. For that we can use the inbuilt prompt method. So let me go ahead and use a prompt. So constant user input equal to prompt. This prompt is a inbuilt JavaScript method which actually pop up with a small text box. We can enter some data there and then grab it. Now enter your detail, maybe name. That's enough as of now. For the sake of example, you can just use it, enter name. I'm getting the name and put it in the user input. Now what I do for the testing purpose, I just alert the user input. Just wanted to make sure everything is working fine as expected. So we have implemented the same. Let me make sure that all the files are saved. So both the files are saved. Let me refresh. Now let me click on the add button. So when I click on the add button, it should show me the pop-up window with the text box, and here you can see it pop up. Now enter your name. Let me enter my name and then enter. You can use enter or OK button. You can see my name got printed. If I again enter and just you can see null, and then again enter and seeing OK empty data. So just to validate, just to go to JavaScript file, we got the name, so we have to use this for the validation purpose. If user input, okay, if there is any user input, then you are getting some. So let me see if I can if user input not equal to null, like I should not have any null data, you can have double equal to as well, and then let me have user input text box value not equal to empty string. In this case only I'm going to send a request. I have been working with the Mark API for quite a long period of time, so I know how the Mark API is work. So the Mark API can accept one data, that name. We usually know that I have a created at avatar and then the name. Even though if you are passing any created avatar, they will be just generating their own data. We will be sending only the name and see how it actually work here. What I'm saying, so let me create a constant request body equal to name. I'm just saying software engineer official. So likewise, so now I have one object prepared with only one property, name. Now I'm going to pass this property to the request. Fetch, sending a fetch request. What is the URL? You should have the base URL. What's the base URL? That I already stored in the variable called base URL. I'm using template literal and then dollar curly braces base URL variable and then API, and we don't have to do anything. So API itself enough. After that you don't have to do, because this is just the post trick. I can directly go ahead pass one more object, and this object going to contain all the data. Now we know that we are going to create a new data, so it should be a post request on the server side and then a header. Header is very much important because we are having some data in our request body. Whenever you have any data in the request body, it should have to mention what type of data it is in the header. That's why I'm adding header here. The key for holding that is content type application / JSON. So this is how it should. Apart from header, I should have a body. This is where you are going to add the request body content. We cannot directly keep this here because it is mentioned that the content type is JSON. So you have to convert. To convert, we can use the inbuilt method stringify and then request body. We are done. You can use then or catch block, that's up to you. I'm just using then, receiving the data, and then I will be just alert. Before alert, let me invoke this method, because once the new record is added, I have to invoke the alert is user added. That's how your code should look like. Now we are done. Let's see how it is working. I haven't added catch block. Of course you can add it. Make sure that it always works, so I'm not adding it. Let me refresh the file. Okay, we got the data. So our last data is tester. Let me click on add button. So it prompt me 1 minute, there is a problem. So user input is the value. I read and store it into the variable. I should not hard code. I should be random. Okay, now let me refresh. Let's enter software engineer official here. Okay, so now behind the screen it sends the request and everything is added. Hopefully then block is executing. You can see user added alert box and see if it populated any details or not. You can see, right, the data is being populated. Software engineer official. So this is how you have to add the record. Keep in mind, throughout the video series we are using a third-party API, but the third-party API isn't developer bias. Someone developer we are consuming. So likewise in company also we will be consuming the someone developer API, and that's how you are you should have to send request, get the response. Obviously the little bit vary would be there, but this is the, if you understand this, you will be able to eventually work with. Now let me go ahead and add one more record. Let's say example JS official, and then clicking on OK. So added. Once that, this is also been updated. So now add functionality is working as expected and this looks clear. That's it for this video. The next video we are going to implement search functionality. Till then, thank you. Wait for that.